Simulan mong abutin ang iyong pangarap na magbibigay dangal sa iyong bukas. Ang suliranin, hindi laging nandyan, dapat mong harapin. Kami iyong kasama sa bawat takin, magkaakbay nating lulutasin. Dito sa Fernandino Teens TV, ang boses mo ay mahalaga. Dito sa Fernandino Teens TV, ikaw lagi ang bida. Ang mga aral ay ginintuang atin ng bawat guro na siyang gagabay sa iyong pagkamulat. Naway umukit ito sa iyong isipan, maging mapanuri, sundin ng wasto at nararapat. Kagandahang asal ang ipakita, ipadama ang pusong may malasakit. Dito sa Fernandino Teens TV, ang boses mo ay mahalaga. Dito sa Fernandino Teens TV, ikaw lagi ang bida. Sakali mang tayo'y subukin ng unos, ating haharapin ng walang takot. Sasamahan ka ni Fernan at Dino, ang bagong barkada mo. Dito sa Fernandino Teens TV, boses mo ay mahalaga. Dito sa Fernandino Teens TV, edukasyon mo'y sigurado na. Dito sa Fernandino Teens TV, boses mo ay mahalaga. Dito sa Fernandino Teens TV, edukasyon mo'y sigurado na.
Fernandino Teens TV.
Hello there, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Fernandino Teens TV Season 2. I am pretty sure that you are familiar or have already encountered the word similar. To give you a simple illustration on this word, look at these two masks. Are they similar? Yes, they are similar because they have same color and function. In English, the word similar could be based on shape, color, species, function, or on many other ways. But when it comes to mathematics, the word similar has much more specific meaning or definition. So are you excited to expand it more and learn about this lesson? All you must do is to stop, watch and listen, and take note of the important things to remember. I am your mathematics teacher for today, Teacher Rhiza C. Patdu, and our episode is about similarities around us. For our lesson, you are expected to define and illustrate similar polygons, find the similarity ratio of similar polygons, relate the similarity ratio to the ratio of the perimeters of similar polygons, and appreciate the uses or applications of similarity. Nature is full of different shapes. Look around and you will see a cloud bank or a bark of a tree. Many shapes contain patterns that repeat themselves on different sizes. Some examples of this are a head of cauliflower, a fern frond, a snowflake, and details of coastline. They show similarity in shapes and size changes. Also, you often see size changes in everyday life, including those in photographs, computer drawing programs, scale models, and photocopy machines. Before we tackle the main topic, let us have a short review about proportion. Tell whether the following pairs of ratios are equivalent. Write awa if they are equivalent. If not, write ali. You may type your answers on the comment section if you are watching via YouTube Live. If not, then you may use a paper and pen and write down your answers. Are you ready? Number 1, 6/16 and 3/8. Is this awa or ali? Very good. The answer is awa. You may get the simplest form of 6/16, and that is 3/8. So they are equivalent. Another way is by cross product or multiplication. The product of the means, 16 and 3 is 48, as well as the product of the extremes, 6 and 8 is also 48. Number 2, 2/4 and 8/4. What is your answer? Great! It is ali. The simplest form of 2/4 is 1/2, and 8/4 is 2. By cross product, that is 2 times 4 is 8, while 8 times 4 is 32. They are not equal. Number 3, 20/32 and 35/56. Comment your answer. What is it? Awesome! The correct answer is awa. Let us expand or recall this time with congruent figures. How do you describe congruent figures? Fantastic! Congruent figures have exactly same size and shape. Remember, when two figures are congruent, we can slide, flip, or turn one so that it fits exactly on the other one. In other words, congruent figures can be made to coincide or overlap. Consider the given. Triangle SUN is congruent to triangle DAY. Name the missing parts that correspond and congruent to the following. If your answers are, line segment SU is congruent to line segment DA, line segment UN is congruent to line segment AY, and line segment SN is congruent to line segment DY, then you are simply amazing. These are the corresponding congruent sides. Next, complete the blank. If your answers are, angle S is congruent to angle D, angle U is congruent to angle A, and angle N is congruent to angle Y, then what you have done is terrific, for these are the corresponding congruent angles. Congruent polygons have corresponding congruent parts. The matching angles and sides of congruent polygons are called corresponding parts. Matching vertices are corresponding vertices. When we name congruent polygons, we always list corresponding vertices in the same order. Make sure that you remember all the terms we have reviewed, for they are connected to our topic for today. Meanwhile, let us have a short break before we begin our fun learning experience in mathematics. We will be right back, Fernandino teens. Stay tuned!
Ang Schools Division Office City of San Fernando, Pampanga ay kaisa ng Department of Education sa pagsasagawa ng mga proyekto at programa na tumutugon sa mga pangangailangan ng mga mag-aaral. Inilunsad ang Division Call Center for Tutors and Guidance Counselors upang magbigay ng educational at psychological assistance sa mga mag-aaral, magulang at stakeholders ng Division. Kaya, Kung may nais kayong itanong tungkol sa pag-aaral, maaaring magpadala ng mensahe sa Division Call Center for Tutors and Guidance Counselors Facebook page o tumawag sa mga numero na makikita sa ibaba ng inyong screen tuwing Lunes hanggang Biyernes sa ganap na alas 8 ng umaga hanggang alas 6 ng gabi. Maaari rin kayong sumangguni sa ating guidance counselors na nagbibigay ng guidance and counseling services. Lahat ng inyong ibabahagi ay mananatiling confidential. Ang nasabing programa ay nagsisilbing daan upang malaman ang feedbacks ng stakeholders para matulungan ang ating divisyon na mapagbuti pa ang mga sumusunod na programa. Ano pang hinihintay ninyo? Tumawag na sa aming mga numero o bumisita na sa aming Facebook page at magpadala ng inyong mga katanungan.
Fernandino Teens TV.
We're back, Fernandino Teens. Earlier, we just have had a review about proportion and congruent polygons. As we continue in this lesson, let's have another activity that will surely engage you, help you learn while having fun. Let us identify which of the pictures flashed on the screen are congruent. Write only the letter of your choice. Are you ready? You may use the comment section if you're watching via YouTube Live. If not, you may write down your answer on a paper. If you choose pictures A, B, and D, then you get it right. These figures are congruent because they are exactly same in size and shape. How about these remaining pictures? What do you notice about their shape and size? Precisely, these two figures have the same shape but have different sizes. These figures that have the same shape are called similar. So then, by the definition given, can we say that congruent figures are also similar? Definitely. Similar figures have the same shape. They can be of the same size or of different sizes. Two polygons are similar if the corresponding angles are congruent and the corresponding sides are proportional. The symbol used to denote similarity between two figures is: consider the following quadrilaterals. Quadrilateral STAY is similar to quadrilateral HOME. Recall that congruent polygons can be shown by listing their vertices in corresponding order. This is done for similar polygons too. Pairing the vertices of the given similar quadrilaterals, we have S corresponds to H, T corresponds to O, A corresponds to M, and Y corresponds to E. Thus, the matching angles are: angle S corresponds to angle H, angle T corresponds to angle O, angle A corresponds to angle M, and angle Y corresponds to angle E. Likewise, the matching sides are: line segment ST corresponds to line segment HO, line segment TA corresponds to line segment OM, line segment AY corresponds to line segment ME, and line segment SY corresponds to line segment HE. Since the two polygons are similar, we know that their corresponding angles are congruent. When we say that angles are congruent, it means that they have the same measure or they are of equal measures. Angle S is congruent to angle H. Angle T is congruent to angle O. Angle A is congruent to angle M. Angle Y is congruent to angle E. What have you observed about the first mentioned or named angles in the congruent statement? Yes, you are right. The first mentioned or named angles are angles of quadrilateral STAY. Angles of the same quadrilateral must stay on the same side of the congruence statement. Thus, angles of quadrilateral HOME are all placed on the same side of the congruence statement. Second, we know that the lengths of the corresponding sides of quadrilateral STAY and quadrilateral HOME are proportional. It means that corresponding sides have equal ratios. The length of segment ST over the length of segment HO equals the length of segment TA over the length of segment OM equals the length of segment AY over the length of segment ME equals the length of segment SY over the length of segment HE. What have you noticed about those in the numerators? Good observation. Those in the numerators are the lengths of the sides of quadrilateral STAY. How about with those in the denominators? Great! The lengths of the sides of quadrilateral HOME are those in the denominators. Next example, is triangle CAT similar to triangle DOG? Take note that identical markings indicate congruence or having equal measures. Therefore, we see and can say that angle C is congruent to angle D. Angle A is congruent to angle O. Angle T is congruent to angle G. And the length of segment CA over the length of segment DO is equal to 6 over 9. When it is simplified, it is equal to 2/3 or 2 over 3. The length of segment AT over the length of segment OG is equal to 10 over 15. Its simplest form is 2/3 or 2 over 3. The length of segment CT over the length of segment DG is equal to 14 over 21, or 2/3 or 2 over 3. What have you observed about the ratios of the corresponding sides? Great! The length of segment CA over the length of segment DO equals the length of segment AT over the length of segment OG equals the length of segment CT over the length of segment DG, since the ratios of all pairs of corresponding sides are equal to 2 over 3. The corresponding sides are in proportion. Both conditions must be satisfied. The corresponding angles are congruent, and the corresponding sides are proportional. Therefore, triangle CAT is similar to triangle DOG. Let us check if you can follow the lesson. Tell whether the given figures are similar or not. Are you ready? Figure number 1. Remarkable, Fernandina teens. The triangles are similar since the corresponding angles are congruent and the lengths of the corresponding sides are proportional. Now, let us proceed to figure number 2. What about the given rhombus and square? Correct. The given rhombus and square are not similar. Why do the rhombus and the square fail to be similar, although the ratios of the lengths of the corresponding sides are all equal? That is right. Although the ratios of the lengths of the corresponding sides are all equal or proportional, the corresponding angles are not congruent. Remember, both conditions of the definition of similar polygons must be satisfied. Next, figure number 3. Are the given rectangle and square similar? Great! The rectangle and square are not similar. Even though their corresponding angles are all right angles and they are congruent, the ratios of the lengths of the corresponding sides are not equal or proportional. It is important to stress out that both conditions must be satisfied. Last, figure number 4. Are two congruent polygons similar? Brilliant, Fernandina teens. Yes, the congruent polygons are always similar because both conditions are satisfied. What do you think is the ratio of the lengths of the corresponding sides of congruent polygons? Correct. It is 1:1 or 1. Are any two similar polygons congruent? Good job. The answer is no. For polygons to be congruent, they must have the same shape and the same size. Did you get all the answers correctly? Excellent, Fernandino teens. I know you did. Let us have this problem. Triangle PHS is similar to triangle FDO. Find the values of x and y. What do we know about the corresponding sides of similar polygons? Awesome! The corresponding sides of similar polygons are proportional. Thus, the length of segment PH over the length of segment FD is equal to the length of segment HS over the length of segment DO is equal to the length of segment PS over the length of segment FO. Substitute the given values. The length of segment PH is 3. The length of segment FD is x. The length of segment HS is 5. The length of segment DO is 10. The length of segment PS is 7. And the length of segment FO is y. So we have 3 over x is equal to 5 over 10 is equal to 7 over y. Solving for x, we use proportion or equation with one unknown value. 3 over x is equal to 5 over 10. Apply cross multiplication. 5 times x and 3 times 10. 5 times x is 5x, and 3 times 10 is 30. So we have 5x is equal to 30. To solve for x, let us divide both sides of the equation by 5. 5x divided by 5 is equal to x. 30 divided by 5 is equal to 6. Therefore, x is equal to 6. How about solving for the value of y? This time, we use the proportion 5 over 10 equals 7 over y, or 7 over y equals 5 over 10. Applying cross multiplications, we have 5 times y and 7 times 10. 5 times y is 5y, and 7 times 10 is 70. So, we have 5y is equal to 70. To solve for y, let us divide both sides of the equation by 5. 5y divided by 5 is equal to y. 70 divided by 5 is equal to 14. Therefore, y is equal to 14. Next given, triangle LAB is similar to triangle GEO. What is the measure of angle G? What do we know about the corresponding angles of similar polygons? Great! The corresponding angles of similar polygons are congruent. Therefore, since angle L corresponds to angle G and the measure of angle L is 65, the measure of angle G is also equal to 65. Next, drawn many times is smaller than the original land. A map represents a piece of land that has been drawn to a certain scale. Scales are usually expressed in the form of a ratio. While distances are drawn proportionally, angles remain the same or congruent. Any figure or picture can be drawn to a scale. That is, the figure or the picture will have the same shape as the original. They are said to be similar. Let us say the map of Pampanga has a scale of 1 centimeter to 20 kilometers. What map distance corresponds to an actual distance of 100 kilometers? Let y be the map distance corresponds to an actual distance of 100 kilometers. 100 is to y equals 20 is to 1. The numerators are the actual distance in kilometers, and the denominators are the map distance in centimeters. Cross multiply. 20 times y is 20y. 100 times 1 is 100. To solve for y, divide both sides by 20. 20y divided by 20 is y, and 100 divided by 20 is 5. So, y is equal to 5. Therefore, 5 centimeters map distance corresponds to 100 kilometers actual distance. You will learn more about similar polygons when Fernandino Teens TV Season 2 returns.
Maya po oras kaya kayo, Fernandinos. Ako pala ay Elwin Arl Serrano ng City Tourism Office ng Siyudad San Fernando. Ngayong bulan na ini, pagmasusyantaya ang National Heritage Month, nating temang Victory and Humanity, Upholding Filipino Heritage and Identity. Kambena nini, metong karang aktibidades na ng siyudad, apin ng launching ng bayong Heritage Passport. Yung Heritage Passport, apin ng metong karing proyekto ng kaya katamong siyudad, yung pamanamuna ng Mayor Edwin D. Santiago. Anong nuka rin makalagelangan ding eganagan ng heritage sites, heritage structures, na akit tamo kin kay katamong heritage district. Makakayado din kini, ding importansya da ding mapil na tradisyon kay ni syudad, kalupa ng pamangawang parol, ang po yung pamangalesa. May awo siyang heritage passport, uling atin kang dapat gawan, anong nukaran puntalan mo lading at yung passport, at saka ka mag-selfie. Kay ba't kanta, palto making tourism office, at mamiyalang sticker ka rin eganagan ng apuntulan mong lugar. At timong may ngari ang tutong passport. Balo mingeni, panahon na ini, etamo makain bisa lumal, uli na ng COVID-19 pandemic. Kaya naman kimbanwa ngayon ni, agkatan ko lading bikers tamo, edad 18 hanggang 50, imbis na lumaot kayo po, di na nyo lang dita ka oras di kaya katamong heritage structures kaya ni syudad. Anya naman karing mumunang 50 bikers ang makayari kaya katamong heritage passport, midinan lang premyong Only San Fernando loot bag. Inggawan nyo mo bakanta makapag-register, munta kayo mismo opisina na ng City Tourism, ng munisipyo, at saka kayo magdalang metong valid ID. Kabinan ng kaya kayong heritage passport, ating makasipit ang instruction nung nano pa ing dapat gawan. Anya naman ka rin hanggang kapadyakin, nanano ko pa, tara na!
Fernandino Teens TV.
We're back, Fernandino Teens. Now that you have learned about the differences between similar and congruent polygons, let us go to the next level of our lesson. This time, we will discuss the ratio of similarity and the ratio of perimeters of two similar polygons. The simplest form of the ratio of the lengths of two corresponding sides of similar polygons is called the similarity ratio. Let us go back to our given a while ago. Triangle CAT is similar to triangle DOG. The common ratio of the corresponding sides is 2/3 or 2:3. Hence, the similarity ratio of triangle CAT to triangle DOG is 2/3 or 2:3. On the other hand, the similarity ratio of triangle DOG to triangle CAT is 3/2 or 3:2. Let us have these similar polygons and find what is asked for. Example number 1. Given triangle AYE is similar to triangle RON, find the values of y or the length of segment AY and R or the length of segment NO. Since the corresponding sides are proportional, the length of segment AE to the length of segment RN as the length of segment EY to the length of segment NO as the length of segment AY to the length of segment RO, substitute the given values. The length of segment AE is y. The length of segment RN is 7. The length of segment EY is 18. The length of segment NO is R. The length of segment AY is 15. And the length of segment RO is 5. So we have y over 7 is equal to 18 over r is equal to 15 over 5. Solving for y, we use proportion or equation with one unknown value. Y over 7 is equal to 15 over 5. Simplify 15 over 5. 15 over 5 is equal to 3 over 1. Apply cross multiplication. 1 times y and 7 times 3. 1 times y is y, and 7 times 3 is 21. So we have y is equal to 21. Solving for r, use proportion with one unknown value. 18 over r is equal to 15 over 5. Simplify 15 over 5. 15 over 5 is equal to 3 over 1. Cross multiply 3 times r and 18 times 1. 3 times r is 3r, and 18 times 1 is 18. Thus, the resulting equation is 3r equals 18. To solve for r, let us divide both sides of the equation by 3. 3r divided by 3 is equal to r. 18 divided by 3 is equal to 6. Therefore, r is equal to 6. Next question. What is the similarity ratio of triangle AYE to triangle RON? The similarity ratio of triangle AYE to triangle RON is 3:1 or 3. Let us proceed to the second example. If quadrilateral CARE is similar to quadrilateral UNIT, answer the following. For item number 1, find the measure of the following: the measure of angle N and the measure of angle R. Since the corresponding angles of similar polygons are congruent, angle A is congruent to angle N, and the measure of angle A is 115. Therefore, the measure of angle N is 115. Angle R is congruent to angle I, and the measure of angle I is 65. Thus, the measure of angle R is 65. For item number 2, find the measure of the following: the length of segment ER and the length of segment AR. Since the corresponding sides of similar polygons are proportional, the length of segment CA to the length of segment UN, as the length of segment AR to the length of segment NI, as the length of segment ER to the length of segment TI, as the length of segment CE to the length of segment UT, substitute the given values. The length of segment CA is 9, the length of segment UN is 6, the length of segment NI is 8, the length of segment TI is 10, the length of segment CE is 9, and the length of segment UT is 6. So we have 9 over 6 is equal to the length of segment AR over 8 is equal to the length of segment ER over 10 is equal to 9 over 6. Solving for ER, we use proportion or equation with one unknown value. 9 over 6 is equal to the length of segment ER over 10. Simplify 9 over 6. 9 over 6 is equal to 3 over 2. Cross multiply 2 times the length of segment ER and 3 times 10. 2 times the length of segment ER is equal to 2 ER and 3 times 10 is equal to 30. Let us divide both sides of the equation by 2 to solve for ER. 2 ER divided by 2 is equal to ER. 30 divided by 2 is equal to 15. Therefore, the length of segment ER is equal to 15. Solving for AR, use proportion that involves AR. 9 over 6 is equal to the length of segment AR over 8. Simplify 9 over 6. 9 over 6 is equal to 3 over 2. Cross multiply 2 and AR, 3 and 8. 2 times AR is 2 AR, and 3 times 8 is equal to 24. To find AR, divide both sides by 2. 2AR divided by 2 equals AR, and 24 divided by 2 equals 12. Therefore, the length of segment AR is 12. Next, item number 3. Find the similarity ratio. The similarity ratio of quadrilateral CARE to quadrilateral UNIT is 3/2 or 3:2. Let us continue to item number 4. Find the perimeter of quadrilateral CARE and the perimeter of quadrilateral UNIT. To solve for the perimeter of quadrilateral CARE, add the lengths of its sides. The perimeter of quadrilateral CARE is equal to the length of segment CA plus the length of segment AR plus the length of segment RE plus the length of segment CE. Substitute 9 for CA, 12 for AR, 15 for RE, and 9 for CE. Hence, what is the perimeter? Correct! The perimeter of quadrilateral CARE is 45 units. How do you solve for the perimeter of quadrilateral UNIT? Exactly! The perimeter of quadrilateral UNIT is equal to the length of segment UN plus the length of segment NI plus the length of segment IT plus the length of segment TU. What are the lengths of the sides of quadrilateral UNIT? You are right. They are 6, 8, 10, and 6 units. Therefore, what is the perimeter of quadrilateral UNIT? Very good. The perimeter of quadrilateral UNIT is 30 units. Now, let us proceed to item number 5. Determine the ratio of the perimeters of quadrilateral CARE to quadrilateral UNIT. The ratio of perimeters of quadrilateral CARE to quadrilateral UNIT is 3:2 or 3/2. Now, observe the ratio of the perimeters and the similarity ratio of quadrilateral CARE to quadrilateral UNIT. How is the ratio of the perimeters of quadrilateral CARE to quadrilateral UNIT related to the similarity ratio? Great! The ratio of the perimeters is equal to the similarity ratio of two similar triangles. That means, if two triangles are similar, then their perimeters have the same ratio as that of the measures of any two corresponding sides. Did you understand? I hope you did. Since everything is clear to you now, let us check if you really understand the lesson by taking some challenges. Be ready with your paper and pen. But before we have the challenges, let's have a short break. So do not go away, we will be right back.
Hindi lamang sa larangan ng pangkabuhayan apektado ang maraming pamilyang Pilipino, kundi maging sa larangan ng pagkatuto ng bawat batang Pilipino. Inilunsad ng siyudad ng San Fernando ang programang Nurturing Environment and System for Thriving or NEST, isang education community pantry na naglalayon para sa isang malawakang pagtulong, pagantabay at paggabay na ang focus ay ang makapagbigay ng tulong at suporta sa ating mga mag-aaral sa pamamagitan ng pagbibigay ng educational needs gaya na lamang ng school supplies, tutorial sessions, study tips, at iba pang mga pamamaraan na mas lalong makatutulong sa pag-angat ng ating edukasyon. Dahil hindi hadlang ang pandemya sa magandang kinabukasang naghihintay sa ating mga mag-aaral. Sino-sino nga ba ang mga kalahok sa programang ito? Sa pagtutulungan ng ating school administrators, guro, magulang, at iba pang mga miyembro ng ating komunidad gaya ng barangay officials at sangguniang kabataan ay siguradong magiging mas matagumpay ang programang ito. Paano nga ba ang magiging proseso ng naturang programa? Una, magkakaroon tayo ng isang Facebook group, ang Pampanga High School Nest Education Community Pantry na pangungunahan ng Educational Pantry Coordinator. Ang mga magulang, tagapangalaga at mga guro ay ia-add ng ating Educational Pantry members sa Facebook group na ito. Sa page na ito, maaaring i-post ng mga magulang at tagapangalaga o sino mang miyembro ng Educational Pantry ang kanilang mga kahilingan o requests. Kailangan ding ilagay ang pangalan ng mag-aaral, grade, at section para sa mas agarang aksyon. Oo nga pala, hindi lang requests ang pwedeng i-post. Pwede ring mag-post ang mga nais magbigay ng tulong o mga gustong mag-donate. Sabi nga nila, sharing is caring. Tandaan na ang Facebook group na ito ay pribado at posts na may kaugnayan lamang sa page na ito ang maaaprobahan. Mayroon din palang Google Form na ipamamahagi kung saan maaari nating isumite ang ating requests o kahilingan. Paano naman ang mga walang internet access sa bahay? Huwag mangamba dahil merong mga nakalaang drop boxes ang ating paaralan na kung saan maaaring ihulog ng mga magulang at tagapangalaga ang kanilang requests. Sa mga nais namang mag-donate ng school supplies, maaaring ilagay ang mga ito sa tabi ng drop boxes. Maaari ring mag-donate ng mga kagamitan o cash donation kaakibat ang pagsusumite ng deed of donation form. Pangalawa, mahalaga ang ugnayan ng mga guro at ng mga magulang o tagapangalaga sa programang ito. Gamit ang video calls o chats ay ipahahayag ng mga guro ang adhikain ng programang ito sa mga magulang o tagapangalaga. Maaari ring gawin ang orientation na ito ng face-to-face kasabay ng schedule ng kuhanan ng mga module. Gaya ng nabanggit, hindi lamang mga bagay ang maaaring i-donate. Pwede ring mag-conduct ng tutorial session, study tips, at iba pang mga kagamitan sa pagkatuto gaya ng mga aklat o kaya ay gadgets. Ikatlo, ang requested needs ng ating mga magulang o tagapangalaga ay ililista ng ating Nest Focal Person. Ang mga coordinator naman ang mag-aayos ng mga ito. Ang advisors ng ating mga mag-aaral, guidance counselor, at iba pang mga guro ay ipaaalam sa ating mga magulang at tagapangalaga ang petsa at oras ng pamimigay ng requested needs na gaganapin sa paaralan. Sabi nga nila, it takes a village to raise a child. Kaya naman aktibo at iba yung pakikilahok ang inaasahan sa pagsasanib puwersa ng paaralan at barangay na siyang tutukoy sa pangangailangan ng bawat Fernandinong mag-aaral at kikilos upang matugunan ito sa tulong at suporta rin ng mga miyembro ng komunidad. Isang malawakang komunidad para sa isang produktibong educational community pantry ay tiyak na lilikha ng iba yung pagkilos upang maging mas magaan at madali ang pagkatuto ng bawat kabataang Fernandino. Kaya naman tandaan, magbigay ayon sa kakayahan, kumuha ayon sa pangangailangan.
Fernandino Teens TV.
Welcome back. You are still tuned in at Fernandino Teens TV Season 2. Before the break, I have told you that you're going to have some challenges. You may write your answers on the comment box if you're watching via YouTube Live. If not, you may write them on a paper. You'll be given 5 seconds to answer each item. Are you ready, Fernandino Teens? Choose the letter of the correct answer. Number 1. Which of the following is or are always true about similar polygons? What is the answer? Very good. The answers are letters A and D. The corresponding angles are congruent and the corresponding sides are proportional. Number 2. Which similarity statement refers to the given polygons? What is your answer? Excellent, Fernandina teens. The answer is letter A. Quadrilateral ABCD is similar to quadrilateral EFGH. A corresponds to E, B corresponds to F, C corresponds to G, and D corresponds to H. For items 3 to 5, consider the given figure. Item number 3. Given, triangle RED is similar to triangle HAT. Item number 3. Which of the following is a proportion for the given similar triangles? Awesome! The correct answer is letter B. The length of segment ED is to the length of segment AT equals the length of segment RE is to the length of segment HA. Item number 4. What is the similarity ratio of triangle RED to triangle HAT? Fantastic! The answer is letter C. The similarity ratio of triangle RED to triangle HAT is 4:5. Item number 5. Solve for the value of x. What is the answer? Terrific! The correct answer is letter B, 24. Were you able to get the correct answers? Good job, Fernandina teens. At this point, let us sum up what we have discussed. Will you complete the following statements that will be flashed on the screen to generalize our lesson for today? You'll be given 3 seconds to fill in the blank. Correct. The complete statement is, I know that I know something about similar polygons. What do you think is the missing word to complete the statement? Awesome! First, the corresponding angles of similar polygons are congruent. What is the missing word or phrase? Amazing! The complete statement is second, the lengths of the corresponding sides of similar polygons are proportional. How do you complete this statement? Fantastic, Fernandina teens! In addition, the similarity ratio is the common ratio of the lengths of the corresponding sides of similar polygons. What phrase makes the statement complete? Very good! Finally, the ratio of the perimeters of similar polygons is the same as the ratio of the lengths of the corresponding sides. Excellent! Now, you know something that I know about similar polygons. Brilliant, Fernandina teens! Now, let me share to you some of the applications of similarity in real-life situations. The idea of similarity can help simplify complex problems one needs to solve in real-life situations. For example, if you wish to find the height of a building or tree, you need not climb it all the way up. The height of a tall building or tree can be calculated using the length of its shadow and comparing it to the shadow of an object with a known height. Some scenes in movies use small models that represent large creatures or objects, or use projectors that can enlarge or reduce an object into its desired image size. These use concepts of similarity. In addition, professionals in the fields of science make use of microscopes to magnify or enlarge an image that is too small to be seen by the naked eye. This also applies similarity. Can you think of some ways on how you can apply similarity in daily situations? Amazing, Fernandina teens! Did you learn something today? Great! Here are the references used in this episode. As I end this learning episode, allow me to share to everyone this simple message. Your perspective on how you view things and people is relative. It depends on you. On which part will you put your focus on? To see the differences or the similarities? Same as with life. It is up to you if your lens is focused on the problems or on the solutions. Moreover, be reminded to always follow the health protocols to keep ourselves and our family safe. Wear your mask, sanitize your hands, and observe social distancing. Again, this is Teacher Rhiza Z. Patdu, your virtual grade 9 mathematics teacher. I hope you have learned with our episode for today. Thank you for watching and listening, and may God bless each one of us.